Welcome to the 70th episode of the Curve the Cube podcast. This is your host, Jemmy of Flintstone Media. And first, I just want to take a moment to say thank you to all of my listeners, all of my sponsors, everybody who is sharing episodes and spreading the word about the podcast. I couldn't have gotten to episode number 70 without you. So thank you. A million thank yous, all up in a box with a great pink ribbon on it. Thank you. And you guys know how much I love talking to kids as part of my CTC Kids series. And this episode was an extra little bit of a geek out for me. I've been a major, massive Lego lover for as far back as I can remember. I mean, my brother, my parents, anybody in my life since childhood would attest that I just spent a many hour working on some Legos and playing with Legos, and so in this episode, I get to talk to and was completely delighted to meet a group of kids who are competing in the first Lego League tournament circuit. And they're from Poinciana Elementary. It's a STEM program school. And they're called the Tazbots, and they're just so cool and so cute. And so I met with Morgan, Natasha, Garrett and Carsten, and their coach, Gloria Gibson, and was invited in. And I got to sit in their school library, and it was kind of interesting because it's probably the first time I've been inside of a school library since I was in school myself. So it was kind of fun and brought back a lot of memories. The school is doing really amazing things. They even have a 3D printer for these kids to work on. It's just incredible. But so this year, the theme of the FLL this year, they have a different theme every year, is the Trash Trek Challenge. So we talk a lot about what world challenges they've been asked to think through and to help tackle about their tournament that they just had in February, which has bumped them to this next level, and what they're looking forward to most on their upcoming trips and competitions. We talk about the pure awesomeness that is Lego and what they like most about robotics and coding. And these kids are just super amazing. So headed to the next level in May are on this podcast are Morgan and Natasha, who are representing the team, headed to the FLL Razorback International in Arkansas, and Garrett and Carsten, who are representing the team, headed to the FLL Open European Championship in the Canary Islands, Spain. So they're really headed to some great competitions, and I wish them nothing but the best of luck. And so they're super sweet and adorable, and they really are the future of robotics and engineering. And because of the level of conversation that these kids are capable of having, just fair warning, you may feel a little bit dumb at the end of this episode, just like I did. But also, by the end of the interview, I was seriously considering re-enrolling in elementary school just to join Poinciana Elementary's Tazbots and be part of their Lego League teams. I mean, they're just super clever and inspiring and really sweet and adorable, and I love them. So, but I also have a purpose with this podcast. These kids need your help. They need some funding in order to go on these trips. So in order to help them, please go to their GoFundMe page. I'll include a link in the write-up, of course, but it's the GoFundMe.com/ and these are all small letters, which I don't remember if that makes a difference, D5P3D. And, or you can also send a check, make it out to Poinciana, it's spelled Poinciana STEM, and mail it to 1203 North Seacrest Blvd in Boynton Beach, Florida, 33435, or swing by the school and give it to the parent of a teammate. But don't be creepy about it, because that'd be weird. And specify on the check memo Tazbot Travel. And so please support these kids. They really are our future. They're super bright and super deserving of every single level of competition that they can get through. So please support them. This episode is brought to you by Little Smiles of Florida, you know, it's my #1 charity. I love these guys. They do so much good for kids in our community who are really struggling through something. You know, I'll just give my typical cherry-picked answers. You know, kids who maybe have just, their family went through a house fire and they lost everything, or maybe they're in the hospital and they need a certain piece of equipment to continue their therapy at home, or, you know, whatever, any multitude of situations and difficulties that kids go through. Little Smile steps in and helps out as much as they can, but they also need our help. So go to littlesmiles.org and click on the donate button, or go to one of their amazing charities, charity events. They have different golf tournaments and just really different things all the time. So go to an event which also supports them and helps raise some funds. And if you go into their store and get some Little Smiles gear and you use the promo code Curved Smiles, one word, Curved Smiles, you'll get 10% off, and all the proceeds go to Little Smiles of Florida. So it's totally a win-win for everybody. And once again, thank you to DJ John Hitta for my music bed, and follow Curve the Cube everywhere on all the interwebs. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, blah, blah, blah. Every place else that you can think of. YouTube, Pinterest, Tumblr. I think I've named them all. And thank you so much. I still can't believe I've gotten up to episode 70. So thank you to you guys. I guess I'm talking to you specifically. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And with that, I will say sit back and relax and enjoy these amazing, amazing Lego League kids, the Poinciana Elementary's Tazbot team. Enjoy. Curve the Cube will now initiate. Hello. How are you? Good, good. I'm meeting Gloria Gibson. Oh, hi. Oh, I'm like all over the place right now.
I was like looking out that way because that's an always saying, okay, I saw a car coming this way. And I'm like saying, okay, they parked awful far away.
I was like, well, let me.
Because it says bookkeeper, clerks.
Well, I figured let me park next to the other two cars, so if anybody's gonna lock this parking lot, maybe they'll think, well, there's another person here. Thank you. How are you?
I'm good.
Good. Oh my gosh, how cool!
So this is these are the kids one, and that's just one of their little models they put together. But this is last year's board. It's hard to explain what it is, but
yeah.
So at the beginning in August, or around September 1st, First Lego League does this release, and you purchase the mat.
Okay.
The mission, and then the mission pieces, and they send you the directions, so everybody around the world builds the same exact pieces. And then you have 2.5 minutes, and this is, like I said, this is last year's or 2 years ago. I don't remember when this was. This one took us to Lego. We went to California to compete in a U.S. U.S. Championship. And so you do 2.5 minutes in this white area, which is base.
Okay.
You can touch it. And you want the robot to go out and be autonomous. So the kids program it to go forward, to move left, for that little arm attachment to go up and down. And they'll use different sensors, and you can see this has like the little thing on the side here, like for a wall runner to align it.
Oh, yeah.
And the more technical they can get, the better. And so I have the kids waiting down there. So is this a good?
This is perfect. Okay. Wherever they feel comfortable, wherever everybody's comfortable is fine. Yeah. Hey guys.
Hi.
My name is Jemmy. Are hugs okay? I'm a hugger. Hi. How are you guys?
I'm a hugger too. People look at me like I'm insane.
Okay, we'll look at each other like we're totally crazy.
Hugger.
Oh, I'll give you a big pat on the back of it. All right, I have these 4 chairs for you guys, and Gloria, if you want to sit there. And that way everybody's centered around the microphones. Wow. So, my name is Jemmy, by the way. Hello, guys.
Hi.
And so for my listeners, I want to say that I'm sitting here with it's Poinciana? Is that how you say it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Elementary school kids. You guys are known as the Tazbots, which I think is an awesome name. So cool. And you're working your way through some really awesome Lego tournaments and stuff. That's awesome. Let me tell you. I am such a geek for Legos. I have been since I was little, like 2, 3 years old, that I've been talking about sitting down with you guys and talking about Legos with my friends, probably more than any other podcast episode I've talked about. I've been really excited for this conversation. So you have 2 teams here that are moving through these tournaments. You guys just competed at the Lego League South Florida Regional Tournament. So, and you guys are headed to the next level, which is awesome. So how excited are you guys to be doing this and to have these tournaments and to be looking forward to all of this?
Well, I'm thrilled. The Canary Islands is in the place where my dad was born.
No kidding.
So I'm so excited to go there, and I just really want to see his home and stuff. I'm going to see like where he grew up and how it was.
Oh, that's awesome. That's lovely. That's a lovely sentiment.
It's not the same island, but, it's around the same area.
Yeah. Okay, so how about we start around the table. If you want to just introduce yourself, say your name and how old you are, what grade you're in, so my listeners can get to know your voices. Start with you.
I'm Natasha Mayorga. I'm in 4th grade and I'm 9 years old.
Okay.
I am Morgan Domeyer. I am in 5th grade and I am 11 years old.
All right.
I'm Garrett Reardon, and I'm in 5th grade and I'm 10 years old.
I'm Karsten Karoff. I'm in 5th grade, and I am 10 years old, too.
All right. You said it was Carson?
Karsten.
Karsten. All right. That T is very important. That's great. And, of course, we have their coach, Gloria Gibson, here. You can say hello.
Hi, guys.
I mean, they've already heard your voice a little bit, but it's okay.
And I'm emotionally age, what do you think, 17? Yeah.
Somewhere around there?
Something around there.
Me too. I can relate. Totally. So this year's Lego Challenge theme is the Trash Trek Challenge, right? Mm-hmm. So what was the tournament last month like? What did that involve? What did you guys do?
Well, it's actually every year we have the same theme. It doesn't really change throughout the year. So our last competition was also Trash Trek. This year is all Trash Trek.
Gotcha. So what did you have to do in this last competition?
We had to compete on 3 boards. Mm-hmm. There's the board is set up where there's a mat, and you have to. The robot has to complete certain missions on the board.
Oh my gosh.
So we have to program the robot exactly so that we complete as many missions as possible to get as many points as possible.
Wow. So these competitions involve the design, the thought process, the goal of what it needs to do, and the building of it, and the robotics of it, the coding of it. That's a lot.
Even more than that.
Really? Okay, please tell me.
Well, there are 2 more categories other than technical. Mm-hmm. There's project and core values. Mm-hmm. So project, you have to invent an innovative solution to trash, I guess, to picking up trash. Okay. And how trash affects our world and stuff. So the yellow team did a little skit, and we did we had a web designer come in, and we built a website.
I saw it.
Yeah, on recycling 2-liter bottles and reusing them. Mm-hmm. So that's the project part. And would anybody else like to explain the core values part?
Core values is about teamwork and and cooperation throughout your team.
Okay.
So we have these tasks that we have to complete. Which we need cooperation to actually complete them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
That sounds awesome. So you guys have to really figure out how to work together in order to get this, whether it's the project or the robot or whatever it is, to get this thing that you have in your head to actually do and have a final project. That's really cool. So you're learning a lot of different life skills, it sounds like. Gloria, can I ask you what kind of life skills that these kids are learning in these programs?
Well, I think the biggest thing is the self-confidence. Mm-hmm. And what I hope that I instill in them is don't settle. Always, when you reach that goal, set that bar higher. If somebody beats you, it's okay.
Yes.
You be gracious about it. That's the gracious professionalism part. But if they beat you, I want them to go out and figure out what they did so that we could get to that level also.
Right,
You know,
right.
it's not about the winning, it's about the journey and the processing and building I mean, you know, the life skills they're getting, they walk into a room with adults and present a 5-minute research project. And then after that, they get what I call the kill and drill part of it, that they get drilled questions, any question that the judge wants to ask them, and they have to on the spot be able to answer it. And that's, you know, that's the spontaneous part of it, where how prepared are they, how confident are they? I mean, I don't think at 9 and 10 years old I was ready to walk into a room with strangers and be able, you know, like Carsten said, they go in and the yellow team does an awesome, they do a little rap presentation video. Morgan and Natasha's team is a little bit more subdued. They're a little bit more serious. But they CAD designed and 3D printed their innovative solution at 9 and 10 years old.
No kidding.
I mean, it's amazing what they're doing. So
oh my gosh,
like for the technical world they live in.
Morgan, what do you think has been the most fun part of being on this team for you?
Probably, like, I like everything. But my favorite is, like, getting, like, challenges, like doing the programming.
The programming sounds like a lot of fun. There's this, I don't know if it's actually on the market yet. I think it's Hasbro that's making it, and I want one. I have a 4-year-old, and I want one for him so bad. It's called a Codapillar. Have you guys heard of this?
Yes.
Yes. Okay. I'm in the right room. And this looks really neat.
We have Dash and Dot here for our kindergarten.
Do
first
you?
graders.
No kidding.
Yes.
No kidding.
Or
So
just drop and drag programming. So
I mean, that's the wave of the future. So it's really amazing that you guys are learning not only these super technical skills, but also the concepts of how they can be applied to real life situations. Like Carsten, you were talking about how the challenges right now are all based on trash and how to deal with that, and so it sounds like you guys are learning some real development skills and how to apply things into real life, and that's so cool. I love it. I love it. I love it. What do your friends think about what you're doing and going to these competitions and stuff?
Well, I can't really place myself in their shoes, but I can assume that, I mean, traveling, I was told that I think we're the first people in Palm Beach County to go out of the country.
Wow.
Or like for, I guess, team. So like
elementary school.
Yeah, an elementary school.
Right,
so
right.
I would assume that like they would think that that's cool because the first people to go in elementary school to go out of the country. That's big. So.
Right, totally. So you guys are representing one team, right?
Yes.
And at the table, and you guys are representing another team. So which of your teams is going to Arkansas and which is going to the Canary Islands?
So my team and Morgan's team, we're going to Arkansas.
Okay, all right. And so you guys are going to the Canary Islands. Oh, that's right, because you mentioned your father was born there. That's awesome. That's great. I can only imagine how exciting this is for you. So I also understand that you guys on the Arkansas team, I'll call you guys the Arkansas team, that you designed some pencil extenders or something like that. Tell us about that project.
So we CAD designed and 3D printed some pencil extenders, and so it's basically a long 3D printed like tube, but then it goes out a little and it's a little open on the sides, and then it comes with a clip too.
Okay, and I understand it's because there's apparently an issue where a lot of more trees are being cut down than need to be because people can't write with little pencil stubs, right? So you guys created these extenders so they can keep writing right down to the very end of the pencil, I'm assuming, right?
And actually, our product is better than the other products on the market because ours actually extends the pencil. If you look at the products on the market, they don't extend the pencil, they just give you a better grip for the pencil. Ours can actually fit back in the pencil sharpener again.
No kidding. That's amazing. That's very, very smart.
So why don't you give her the statistic on trees?
Oh, please
because
do.
This is what surprised me. How many trees do we throw away, wasted on those 2 inches of pencil that you don't use?
16,800.
That is 16,800 too many. And I think this is an awesome project, and I commend you guys for that. I really,
you.
really do. What has your team learned about? Well, I guess all of you. What have you guys learned about trash and our world's issue with trash and how we can maybe solve it? And what have you guys done for thinking on that?
I with the thinking, I kind of found that with trash, I didn't actually know that much trash was really that much, and I thought it was more recycling, not as little as recycling as there actually is.
Right. It's surprising, huh? Because we don't, sometimes we think, our little cup or whatever that we're throwing into the garbage, and we see just this one trash can, or we see the trash can at home or whatever. We don't really think about multiply that by
a billion,
over and over. Right,
billion.
And it's a huge number. And then the few countries around the world that actually have facilities to do any kind of recycling. So most of them don't. So it's the trash is a real issue. So it's really cool that you guys are doing something where you're learning and solving problems at the same time. So it's awesome. So all right. So I want to know how cool it was to have your own write-up in the Palm Beach Post. Did you guys get to see that?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because that's how I found out about you. I was like, oh, this is awesome. How cool was that? Just to know that you guys are written about in the Palm Beach Post.
Yeah, Garrett showed the newspaper to me, and I'm like, whoa, I'm in a newspaper.
That is pretty awesome. That's so exciting. So, okay, so for how many of you would this be your first real big trip?
Cricket.
Wait, in the question, for real life or in FL, for robotics?
In real life.
Oh.
You have world travelers.
They're world travelers? Okay, everybody, I'm just getting to know a little bit more about y'all.
Yes,
all right,
I'm jealous. For me, it's my first big trip.
Is it? There you go. Yeah. I'm assuming that you're going to go on both trips,
yes,
Gloria. Which one are you most excited about?
Well, I had two teams compete last year in Arkansas, and I've been to Legoland, California, their competition. I've been to St. Louis for the World Championship, and I was in Arkansas. And of the three, Arkansas ran an amazing tournament.
Yeah.
So I had, my goal for them, I always set it a very lofty goal, was, guys, if we get to go, we've got to go to Arkansas. We got to go to Arkansas. And never thinking that I'd be lucky enough to get to both of them. But,
right.
Canary Islands is going to be awesome.
Totally.
Of course, but to know that in Florida that I have the South Florida champions,
right,
and that they're heading to Arkansas. Hopefully, we're going to do some amazing things.
I mean, that must be such a proud moment for you. What was it like seeing them compete last month?
Nerve-wracking.
Yeah.
Yes. I think they take it in stride. Things go wrong, and although I think Morgan, I kept saying, you're not allowed to cry, you're not allowed to cry, you're not allowed to cry. Until we were up on stage, and she was the one that we handed the trophy to, and I says, okay, now we're allowed to cry.
There you go.
Tears of joy.
There you go. Thunder. Yeah, there's a lot of thunder up there. So the only type of Lego competition thing that I've ever done was I was in space camp, I want to say 6th grade maybe, and they have all these different things you can do. And one of the stations that they had us at was a whole big old tub of Legos. And the challenge, I forget exactly what it was, but it was something to do with, they challenged us to build something, right? And so we worked in teams of 2 or 3 and together to build whatever it was. But that's the only type of Lego competition I've ever done. And there was the robotics pieces with the holes all through them. Yeah, I never really got into that side of Lego. I was always into just the standard bricks, the minifigures, building the castle, and planes and having battles and that type of stuff. What is it about the robotics part of Legos that you guys like?
I think either Natasha or Morgan said, the challenge. I love the challenge of programming and building the robot, because when you're looking at it and you just change the rotations by 0.1, or something like that, and you're looking, will it work? Will it work? Will it work?
Right.
It doesn't work, and you're like, another thing.
Right. I can relate because I also have built a career over the past about 15 years coding. I got a late start, a lot later than you, but I do. It's called SQL coding, and you go into a big database, you write a whole thousands of lines of code, and it breaks because one little thing is off. And so when you're saying moving something by just that 0.1, it can make such a difference. So for you guys to know that and appreciate that at this age, I can't even tell you how stoked I am for you. That's really awesome. What are your favorite kind of Legos to play with? And do you guys play with Legos at home?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
I have a tub like this.
Do you really? What's your favorite thing you've ever built?
Probably my SpongeBob house that I got at Legoland.
Nice.
Or something like that. And
Yeah.
So I built a little SpongeBob home.
Nice.
With a pineapple.
Nice. Oh, that sounds awesome. How about you?
I actually, for Christmas, I got a 4,000 Lego piece set. It was the Tower Bridge, I think it was called. It took me 4 days, but it was really fun to do.
You're gonna say 4 weeks or 4 months, 4 days. That's impressive.
I built a lot of Lego.
Yeah, sounds like it. How about you, Morgan?
Well, I like to go fishing and catch fish.
Gotcha.
So my favorite thing would have to be building, it's not really big, but a little fish.
Nice. That's awesome. How about you, Natasha?
I don't really build with the Lego bricks. My favorite any Lego thing would be the Lego robotics. So my favorite thing I ever built was my home robot that I built with my dad.
Really? What did this home robot do?
We just play around with it, try to complete missions. Basically, we don't compete with our robot, but we just play around with it so I can learn how to program better.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome that you have your dad, there at home doing this with you. That's so cool. I think my favorite from when I was really little is actually probably my first set, which is maybe why it was my favorite. But it was like this little tree house with these two Peter Pan, Robin Hood looking dudes. And what I loved about it, this is really not that impressive these days, what I loved about it was that it opened up. Because things didn't really open up yet. And this was the first set that I'd seen that opened up. And so then I had all these other random little pieces, little computer monitors and things like that. And so I would add them to it. And I turned what was just a normal treehouse into like a techie, computer lab, basically. And I had a lot of fun with it. So what I love about Legos is that, your imagination is your limitation, right? And so I've seen some really amazing things out there, go on the internet. They have just all kinds of stuff. Like, what are some of the craziest things that you've seen that you just were like, oh my God, that's amazing? Yes.
I have actually seen there was this challenge for every month. There's this website that posts a challenge for using EV3 and NXTs, which we use in EV3. And
wait. What is that?
They're the robots that we use, like the EV3.
Okay.
Programming type.
Yeah.
Gotcha. Okay.
And so there one of the weeks, one of the months was something that will help you in the kitchen. So I watched some videos of people what they did. So this is kind of related to the question, but so there was a peanut butter and jelly one. So I decided to do it myself.
Nice. So you saw something in a video and you decided to do it yourself. That's awesome.
The Lego robotics.
That's really cool that you were able to do that. I don't know if I'd be able to do that. That's pretty awesome. I'm very impressed.
It's pretty cool.
Yeah.
The robot spread the peanut butter and jelly onto the sandwich.
Oh my gosh, that's
pretty awesome.
That's so neat. That's incredible. I think I love that you guys are loving this. Seems at least as much, if not more, than I did. I didn't think there was anyone on this planet. I actually. So like I mentioned, I have a 4-year-old, and he was as soon as he could put his fingers around anything, I gave him Duplo. But it always was frustrating me. I'm like, this isn't the real Lego. So as soon as he could handle the regular Lego bricks, I was giving him all kinds of sets and stuff. And what he doesn't know is that in my storage unit, I have thousands of more Legos that I've just been saving from when I was a kid to give to him. So Legos are super fun. And yeah, so I love Legos. There actually was a Lego exhibit at there was a botanical garden up in West Palm. They had a Lego exhibit for a couple of months that I went to. It was really cool. And what I liked about it is I love seeing new things that you can see made out of Legos, right? Yeah. So it was like a monarch butterfly was one of them. They had a huge dragonfly, massive. These 30,000, 60,000 brick sculptures. Very cool. Did any of you guys happen to catch
I
that
have
exhibit?
seen images of it.
You've seen images, yeah.
Speaking of images, I like reading fact books a lot.
Oh, yeah.
And so they always have pictures of what they're saying.
Yeah.
And it was about the first guy who started building big Legos with gluing them together and stuff. So, and he built a replica of himself with the Legos.
No way.
Or a replica of his bottom half or something.
No
like that.
way. That's so weird. I like it though. That's awesome. Have you guys ever been to Legoland?
Yeah.
Oh, all of you. I have never been to Legoland. I'm so dying to go. What's like the most...
You need to go to school here because our third graders go as a field trip.
Well, then I'm just hopping a ride on the bus next time y'all go.
I'll be a chaperone.
Okay, I guess so. That wouldn't be too weird.
Actually, Morgan, your first competition was?
In Legoland.
Was it really?
For junior FLL.
Oh my gosh, it's amazing. What did you do? What was that competition like?
I forgot what what we had to do, but we built a drawbridge that moved and yeah.
That's amazing. That is amazing. What's your favorite attraction at Legoland? Do you guys remember it well?
Yeah. I remember a mummy one that I like.
Oh, neat.
Mummy one? I don't know.
Oh yeah, that one. The one with
Something that I thought was cool. I saw it was a red car, and it was built all of Legos.
Full size?
Yeah,
no
regular
way.
size.
Oh, yeah.
I think it was a Ford, based off of Ford.
Oh, cool.
It was where that ride was for,
And it was so detailed. It had the headlights and everything.
No way.
And the headlights were the clear bricks, clear Lego bricks. It was really detailed. I love that.
That's amazing. That's amazing. So one thing I've noticed with Lego, like I said, I'm a big fan, and I watch, quote unquote Lego news. There's not an actual show, but anytime I see information on Lego, I call it Lego news. And one thing I've noticed that Lego's doing, differently from when I was a kid, was there are a lot of sets now geared towards girls. So they have girls who are
like Barbie Legos?
Kind of, yeah. And so there's that, and then there's also like girl doctors now and girl this, and there's a little more diversity. Like I think they just came out with a minifigure that's in a wheelchair, and so what I find interesting about that is, well, I'll throw the question to you. Why do you think it's important for Lego to branch out and do these other types of sets and figures and things?
I think it's to make more money because...
There you go.
Money.
There you go. I think that's a great, honest answer.
Yeah, like if you more variety. So if you make it for everyone, then everyone can enjoy it, and like Garrett said, make more money.
Yeah, that's true. Did you guys ever see that video? It was a viral video from a couple of years ago. This little girl in like a Toys R Us or someplace, and she couldn't have been more than maybe 6 years old, and she was saying, why are all the girls' toys pink and all the boys' toys get to be different colors? Did you ever see that one? I thought it was great, and that kind of, I think, sent a message out to toy makers to, try a few different things, right? And I think Lego has gotten that message, and I think that's pretty awesome. So my other question for you guys, as you're studying trash and you're studying coding and all of these things, what do you think it is about kids? Why do you think kids can change the world? What do you hope to do to change the world as you grow up?
Well, to answer the question, how can kids change the world? Because we're the new generation and the past generation. My mom even said that they kind of can't really do anything more because it's kind of like we're like the new. It's kind of like how like you know how we're like first quote unquote first generation. They'd be called the second generation. If you're looking at it from that way, the second generation wouldn't really be able to do anything else because they're growing older and they're getting less capable of doing some stuff to the world.
Gotcha. Gotcha.
And we have big imaginations, so we love the Legos, and maybe someone will make a model out of Legos when they're a kid, and then they'll look back to that and invent it.
Right.
So that's a really good way for like kids to create the future. So we're creating the future with our little Lego model sets and stuff.
Right. If you guys could build anything out of Legos, what would you build?
Wow, that's big.
My own house. My own house.
Your own house? Oh my gosh, best answer ever.
I was about to say maybe in an apartment building.
Yeah.
And like make the furniture.
Yeah.
I would build
hard furniture.
Well, you can put cushions on it. I mean, you know.
I would build a futuristic lair underground that has an opening in the middle of a road on the highway.
No way. So maybe, is it like a secret opening? And so, okay, clearly you would tell me about it, and I would go, and I would like, it would be like
you could code my computers. And
there you go, and go down this ladder through the secret opening, and you'd be like in your own little Lego world, kind of.
Or you could do a magic elevator that teleports you down. It's not really an elevator then, though.
Magic teleporter, okay, Lego teleporter.
In a Barbie.
Yeah.
I think those are all great ideas. All right, so I know you guys are getting ready to go on these big trips, and I also know that you guys need a lot of help getting there, right? Because I understand, based on the article I read, that it's going to cost about $28,000 to send you guys there.
Yeah.
So please share with my listeners how they can help get you guys there. Is that a question for you, Gloria?
Well, we have a GoFundMe page set up, which we're hoping to get donations at large for people who are interested, or sending donations straight to the school.
All right.
We did a car wash, and we got so we got donations from that. Like not even for the car wash, just donations. So people are being really helpful.
Nice.
So like Miss Gibson said, just donations if you like what we're doing and you want to help the cause. For that's what they say, right? Help the cause.
Help the cause. That's right.
Help the cause. Yeah, and we've been contacting local businesses, hoping that there's somebody out there that wishes they had this kind of program when they were younger, and would like to invest in our future, and realize that if they have a tech company, that these are their future employees, and
Absolutely.
Maybe they'd want to invest in them.
What are some of the life skills? I know we talked about the life skills that you guys are learning in general with this program, but what do you think are some of the life skills they're going to learn just by going on a trip like this with their classmates and at such a young age?
Well, the group going to Arkansas is going to stay in the dormitory at the University of Arkansas.
Oh my gosh, that's awesome.
They will share a suite, the actual dorm rooms. They'll eat in the cafeteria. The competition is held in the engineering buildings. So, getting exposed to college life,
Absolutely.
I hope they're going to love it and say, wow, this is so cool, and I want to go away, and I want to live, I want to go to a big university. So, I think it's exciting just to expose them to that. Traveling as a group, having to eat deciding where we're going to go for dinner, and we have 19, I think each group has close to 20 people.
No way.
With parents traveling.
Okay. Right.
So, and
that's awesome.
Who sits by the window in the van?
Right.
Little things like that. Or, who gets the top bunk? So they're going to have to quickly learn how to live.
Absolutely, work together. Well, I think it's just another piece of that team building and all of that you guys are learning about. So I think it's great. I wish you nothing but the best of luck in your competitions. I think you guys are very bright. I think you guys are very imaginative and obviously very driven too. So I'm really excited to see what comes of your your competitions and your lives. Honestly, I think you guys are going places. So, good luck. And do you guys want to? Oh, is there anything else that I haven't mentioned or anything like that before we sign off the podcast? Is there anything else I want to say? We good? Okay, I think we're good. All right. So Natasha, Morgan, Garrett. I'm so sorry. I had it in my brain just 5 seconds ago. What is your name again, sweetheart?
Karsten.
Karsten, that's right. And Miss Gibson. Thank you so much for your time. And we can sign off the podcast really simple. We can do you guys ever do like all hands in type of thing when you go 1, 2, 3?
Yeah.
Something? Okay, so let's do it that way. We're just gonna do 1, 2, 3 Tazbots. How's that?
Yeah.
Sound good? Okay, all right. Hands in. 1, 2, 3 Tazbots!
Yeah.
Good job, guys. Y'all were awesome.
Thank you.
So adorable. Thank you guys so much for doing this and staying late and everything. I know you guys might be hungry for dinner too.
No, actually, I fed them.
Oh, did you?
You have successfully curved the cube.